Oh man, what's going on with this? Yeah, you can't come at someone with a pipe, especially the police. Oh, and kudos to the NHL goalie. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Tirade TV. Glad you can all be here. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Remember, all comments are welcome as long as it's tasteful and respectful. Please check out the podcast on all podcast platforms. You know how I like to do it. Let's jump right into it. Couple of stories today kind of caught my eye, I guess you can say, and my mind too, maybe. Um, let's take a look at this first one here. Jump right into it, man. Kudos to this person here. According to Fox News, Fox Sports, Sharks goalie opts not to wear LGBTQ themed warm-up jersey on team's Pride Night. The Sharks announced earlier Saturday that they will tweet Pride themed information throughout the game. Okay. Let me turn the sound off all this. I don't want no sound when I pull this other part up here. Mute that. But goes on to say the San Jose Sharks are hosting a Pride Night at SAP Center Saturday, but their goalie will not be included in the celebration. James Reimer, or Reimer, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right correctly there. James Reimer announced on Twitter he would not wear a Pride-themed warm-up jersey before the game against the New York Islanders. Reimer cited his religious beliefs. Good for you, man. Good for you. We need more of that. Good for you. Good for you. Stand up. Quote, for all 13 years of my NHL career, I have been a Christian, not just in title, but in how I choose to live my life daily. Come on. I have a personal faith in Jesus Christ who died on the cross for my sins. In response, asked me to love everyone and follow him. Unquote. He said via the team's Twitter account. Quote, I have no hate in my heart for anyone, and I have always strived to treat everyone that I encounter with respect and kindness. Quote, in this specific instance, I am choosing not to endorse something that is counter to my personal convictions, which are based on the Bible, the highest authority in my life, unquote. Let's go. And San Jose Sharks, like that's their Twitter there. They're showing his statement, what I just read. I like that. Reimer's decision seemingly goes against the night's theme, but the Sharks said in a separate statement they, quote, acknowledge and accept the rights of individuals to express themselves, including how or whether they choose to express their beliefs, regardless of the cause or topic, unquote. So, I mean, I guess that's okay too, because in some instances, you see a lot of people that when a Christian comes out and express their beliefs, they get shut out completely. The Sharks tweeted on Saturday they will, quote, offer information and facts about the LGBTQIA plus topics, and there's a lot of letters, instead of, quote, our normal game content, unquote, throughout Saturday's contest. Quote, our hope is that this content will serve as a reminder that there are issues more important than goals, highlights, and wins, unquote, the team said in its tweet. I wonder if they've ever did that for Christianity. Like put out, offer Christianity, facts about Christianity, because that's also more important than, I don't know, that's it's more important than games. It's more important than goals, highlights, wins. Just saying. Just a question. You know what? Asking for a friend. How about that? Um, hey, kudos to this guy, man. Um, goes on to say, quote, hockey is not for everyone until everyone is comfortable playing, working, or being a fan of this incredible game, unquote. Reimer is not the first NHL player to shun pride-themed jerseys and warm-ups. The Philadelphia Flyers, Ivan Provorov, hope I pronounced your name right, cited his Russian Orthodox religion for his reason not to participate in warm-ups on his team's Pride Night when the rest of the team wore LGBTQ team themed jerseys. The New York Rangers promoted its Pride Night in January, saying players would wrap Pride-themed tape on sticks, but the plan was also nixed with no explanation. The same thing occurred with the Minnesota Wild earlier this month. Let me tell you this, man. First of all, Mr. James Reamer, and I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. God bless you on that. You stand up for something when most people won't. You have a lot of athletes out there, professional athletes, college, whatever. They won't stand up for anything. They just pretty much do what they're told. They're basically just some high-paid slaves, bought and paid for. Doesn't matter. You name them. Doesn't matter how much money they make, what sport it is. Doesn't matter what color they is, what race they are. Most of them are bought and paid for. So definitely keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, this is something that, what's the old saying? If you don't stand up for something, or you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. That's kind of what's going on right now. So I I actually definitely keep you in prayer. We need to keep this young man prayed for, and anyone else who believes like he believes, because at some point they're gonna try to fight back. They're gonna try to do something, I guess, to combat what he's doing. It always happens that way. But one thing I know is when you take an interest in God, God take an interest in you. But what do y'all think about that? Um, he's standing up for it. He's saying his religious belief, basically his belief in Jesus Christ. He clearly said Jesus Christ. Um, because of that, he's not going to do it. I mean, there are people, honestly, within the church that won't even do that. They'll go to church and won't say nothing, and then go participate in, some pride themed event. Let me repeat what he said. He basically, part of what he said was, I have a personal faith in Jesus Christ who died on the cross for my sins, and in response, asked me to love everyone and follow him. And you know what? This is why I want to get back to this. I saw this earlier. Let me see. Oh, right here where he's quoted, James Reamer was quoted saying, I have no hate in my heart for anyone, and have always strived to treat everyone that I encounter with respect and kindness. See, this is what this evil demonic world try to do right now. If you come out and speak up and stand up for Jesus Christ, they make it seem like you're a hate group. They make it seem like you're hating everyone else. And obviously that's not true, because the best love you can show someone is to share the gospel with them. The gospel of Jesus Christ. Doesn't matter what else you share with them. The gospel, sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ with them is the best thing you can do for them. That's the best show of love you can give. And it sounds like that's what this young man here is doing. I mean, he's been in the NHL for a while, 13 years. He was like, hey, I'm not just talking the talk, I'm walking the walk. And I like that. So prayers to Mr. James Reamer there. That's the one thing that stood out for me first. So what do you all think about that story? Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think about it. Another thing I saw here, and this is actually on Fox News also. And don't think I just use Fox News all the time. I use other things too, but there just happened to be two stories that stood out to me the most today. This one here, man, I tell you, man, you can't test people. You can't, as the world would say, test your luck. But Oxnard police. Look right here. It says California man shot after calling cops pigs, charging them with steel bar. That is that right there is a little. Let me see if I can find this on YouTube. I don't like playing it on that. So let me see if I can find it on YouTube somewhere or I could actually show it to you. But let me read real fast. It says a California man was shot and killed Sunday after calling police officers pigs and running towards them with a steel bar. Body cam footage allegedly shows Adam Barcenas, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, 60, charging toward officers in Oxnard, California with a 5-foot steel bar Sunday at 6 a.m. Man, that's early, man. 6 a.m. Y'all out there cutting up at 6 a.m. Oxnard police officers were conducting a DUI investigation when Barcenas, uh, who was not involved, confronted them. So you have a situation here where the guy wasn't even involved, but he confronted them. Wow. But before I go on, prayers to, Adam Barcenas' family. He's a 60-year-old man. We don't know what's going on with him. Uh, but once again, a family has lost a loved one. So we don't like hearing that. Um, but definitely want to wish and pray for peace and understanding with his family and friends there. But yeah, you can't go after the police with a pipe. You just can't do that. And I don't know if anyone's going to. I can't tell. I mean, Barcenas. That may be a Hispanic last name, a Hispanic name, the last name. I don't know. I can't tell what race he is. Not that that matters, but mainstream media, you know, if it's a black person, they're gonna have it on the front of every newspaper or the front of every, you know, uh, news website or whatever. They're gonna have it on front. So I don't know, but you know what? Let me see. Let me see if I can find this somewhere. Give me just a second. I want to see if I can show you all the video. And I'm pretty sure they have the bad stuff cut out. Like I don't think they would actually show, you know, the actual point when he lost his life. Let's see. Let's see if this is it right here. Let me see. Yeah, this looks like it right here. It clearly says this video it may be inappropriate for some users. So maybe they are gonna actually show something here that let me let me see if I can show it to you all real fast. I don't know if you all seen it. You can actually find it on YouTube, but let's go here.
Hey! Come on, I hate pig. I hate you. Watch out. Get back. Hey, put it down. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go. Put it down. Put it.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna show. That I'm not gonna show the rest of it there. I'm gonna cut that out because I don't think that's appropriate to show. I really don't think that's appropriate to show there. But we're gonna cut that short right there. But you can see he was coming at him with a pipe, and it's an unfortunate situation once again where it seems as though there was a DUI, and he wasn't even involved according to the article, but he came at him with a pipe. So that's a little strange for someone not to be involved, but then they kind of interject themselves into the situation. Yeah, it goes on to say here that officers asked Barcenas to stand down, but he advanced toward an officer who then fired 4 shots. Quote, Barcenas ignored the officer's commands and continued to advance towards the officers in an aggressive and threatening manner, unquote, the Oxnard Police Department said in a press release. Three of the shots struck Barcenas. Another officer fired her taser, which did not penetrate Barcenas' skin. You can see the photos there. But yeah, that's another unfortunate situation. You can see right there in this photo here where he basically, I guess, the police officers over here. Then obviously you have one facing him right here. Because you can see the body cam, but there's one over here, and I think there's another one right here too. I'm trying to make out there, right here and right there, and he's coming at him with this big lead pipe or steel pipe, whatever. But you just can't do that, man. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Don't know if it was drugs. Don't know if he may have been mentally ill. It doesn't really specifically say there, but it is unfortunate. But what do you all think about that? I mean, I know emotions get high. Sometimes things get tense. You know, maybe many people have actually, went out and drank and, maybe drank a little too much, got that liquid courage in them and everything. But not saying that's what this guy. I mean, but I can only say what the video shows, and it shows that looks as though he was approaching the officers with as the article says here, a 5-foot steel bar. So that is unfortunate. But what do y'all think about that? Please leave your comments. Let me know. And one more thing before I let you all go here. Let me see if I can find it here. Get here. Let's see. Right here. This may be the one I'm looking for. Right here, USSA News. And look at this here. It says Western civilization is in decline because the church is failing. The death of truth in America, said Jim DeMint, former senator from South Carolina and president of the Institute for Conservative Partnership, is a direct consequence of people's lack of faith. Let's stop right there. People's lack of faith. Those who know the Bible, since they're talking about the church here. Those who know the Bible clearly says faith comes from hearing and hearing by the word of God. So if people lack faith, that means that they're not hearing the word of God as the way it should be heard, which means you have a lot of church leaders out there. And I'm always calling out church leaders because you have to do what you have to do what you have to do. You have to do what you're called to do, regardless of anyone's opinion, regardless of, anyone's feelings. You have to speak the truth and preach the truth. And if people lack faith, it's because they're not being taught the word of God the way it should be taught. He elaborated on this an article for the Federalist. Quote, the American people are growing rightly skeptical of what they are told, unquote. He wrote, quote, for the past 2 years, they faced an onslaught of lies and misinformation that has left them with little faith in our institutions, from Congress to the White House and even within the Christian church. So what they're saying right there is not necessarily false. That is true. No one has faith right now, in Congress. No one has faith in the White House. No one has faith in whatever governor, the governor of whatever state they're in right now. Even mayors. People lost faith in mayors. Most politicians, people just do not trust anymore. It is what it is. And honestly, I don't know if the loss of trust in politicians, I don't know if that will ever be regained. That trust will ever be regained. Honestly, I really don't think so. It goes on to say here, as an example, he recalled attending a sermon many decades ago in which the pastor, after describing Jesus' amazing and spectacular resurrection, concluded that it didn't matter whether it was really true, just that Christians believed it was true. That's not a good way to teach. Doesn't matter if it's true. All that matters is that you believe it's true. There's a whole lot of doubt right there in that sentence, in that statement. So whoever taught that ain't wrong. DeMint believed it was a 1 in a million remark until he saw a tweet from Senator Raphael Warnock. Oh, okay. What did he say? We hadn't heard this guy's name in a little while. Of Raphael Warnock of Georgia, who is pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church, saying, Ebenezer, wasn't he? Wasn't he was that also the name of the Scrooge? I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know why I thought Scrooge. I don't know why when I saw Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia, I thought Scrooge. I don't know why. Saying the meaning of Easter is more transcendent than the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Whether you are a Christian or not, through a commitment to helping others, we are able to save ourselves. First of all, as a Christian pastor, you shouldn't be out there telling people we could save ourselves. We don't wake ourselves up every morning. The very breath in our lungs right now, we didn't put it there. The blood that's pumping through our veins, we didn't put it there. The nerves that are within our body that allows us to feel and touch, we didn't put them there. So as a so-called Christian pastor, I don't think you should be saying that. And me personally, if I heard my pastor saying that, if I was in a church and heard a pastor say that, I would probably get up and run out. Because that sounds like a pastor who is fallen a little bit and probably doing a lot of false teaching in there. Man, I just don't understand, man. Just don't understand. Telling people that we're able to, by helping others, we are already able to save ourselves. We are nothing without God. So we can't save ourselves. And even there are people who aren't even Christians who know that. I'm thinking they know that they don't wake themselves up every morning. They don't lay themselves down safely to sleep at night. That made him question how American Christians have been so far removed from Christianity's basic truths. The response he discovered was that many had misled themselves into thinking that truth is relative. Yeah, everyone has their own truth. Most people like for you to think that there's no more truth. Each person has his or her own truth. Speaking of the examples he provided, he said that he saw to be a delusion arising inside the Christian church has now spread across society, resulting in the death of the truth in the United States. Remember, the United States was based on, basically it's Judeo-Christian. So think about that. While you're living in the United States, think about that. Today we see, quote, today we see it manifesting itself in our norms, education system. Yeah, the education system is basically indoctrination. Most schools are really becoming anti-Jesus, anti-God right now. Media, same thing, anti-Jesus, anti-God. And politics, same thing, anti-Jesus, anti-God. You might have one or two that actually really mean it, but for the most part, their religion basically is votes. Like there's a lot of demonic things going on within the political system. Said the men, quote, men identify as women and we accept that as truth. Does it matter that if we examine their chromosomes, they would be biologically male? Not in today's world. What has been true since the dawn of time is suddenly out of the window. Yeah. Examine the chromosomes. It say that they're biologically male, but it doesn't matter anymore. Because you feel, if you got men out there feeling like whatever, I'm not even gonna get into that. If you want to hear me talk more about things like that, go to Legacy of Abundance. It's more of a Christian-based channel. It is a Christian-based channel ministry. We get into that a little more. Yeah, this is these same people that believe in this are the same ones that will have you believing in the jab or lockdowns or acting like science solves everything. I mean, come on. We have to get better. And is the church failing? I would say I believe more people have joined church over the past few years than in a very long time, than in decades. But I don't think they want you to know that. Because if they're putting stories out here about people joining church and giving their lives over to Jesus, that's not going to look good for their agenda. Because their agenda, they have an antichrist agenda. Might hurt your feelings, but that's what it is. So they're not going to put that out. Yeah, that's what I think about that. I mean, the church is failing because church leaders are people of faith. When I say faith, I mean people that have faith in Jesus. They are not teaching the word the way it should be taught. And also, they may not be treating people the way it should be taught, the way they should be treated. Anyways, let me know what you all think about that. Leave your opinions in the comments. Let me know what you all think. Once again, glad you can all join me. If you would like to support the channel, I'll leave some information in the description for you to support the channel. I appreciate all of you. And as always, we must be a praying people and a praying nation. See you.